Hey, my name is Kayla Reynolds, and I'm an EDM 310 student at the University of South Alabama.
And I'm Dr. Jacob Dasinger, math instructor here at the University of South Alabama.
Thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
So tell us a little bit about your background.
I got my bachelor's degree here at South Alabama in 2002 and in mathematics, and then I got my master's degree in mathematics in 2005. Took a year teaching and here at South, and then I went to University of Southern Miss and got my PhD in mathematics education in 2011.
Okay.
And been teaching ever since.
Okay. Well, how do you incorporate technology, or how have you in the past incorporated technology into your classroom?
When I first started teaching here at South, we didn't have hardly any technology. We had basically overhead projectors and maybe a computer in the classroom. After I got my PhD, I got a job at a community college, and it was required in all math classrooms to have a smartboard. So I got introduced to a smartboard at a community college. I also was using a document camera, which I don't know if you've seen that in class. You can hold a piece of paper underneath and it'll project on the wall, and you can write and the student can follow. I had one of those. I've also incorporated clickers, which you've probably had in a couple of classes maybe. But mainly we just now starting to get smartboard technology here in the math department. And I try to reserve the one room that has a smartboard for all my classes, because I'm apparently the only instructor here that likes to use a smartboard. But I've always tried to use smartboard because I love it in all settings: college, elementary, middle school, high school, whatever.
Well, do you think that the smartboard is more efficient than writing on a chalkboard?
I do, because I mean, you have the chalkboard kind of built into the smartboard, but you also have access to all these resources that are built into it, like the math tools, which are great for geometry. You can access anything online and manipulate it. Plus, the main thing I like for the college setting is the ability to export the class notes and post on a learning management system such as Sakai, which we have here. And that way, if a student misses class, he or she can just go on Sakai and get the notes, as opposed to trying to find somebody in class that day and copy them down or something like that. So,
What resources or tools do you use on the smartboard?
I use the math tools because it has all the geometry. I love that it has three-dimensional shapes, which I teach in Math 202, the Math for Elementary Teachers Part 2. I use the graphing capabilities of it for Math 112, Pre-Calculus, and Calculus, Cal 1. And then, like I said, I can access anything online I find just by opening up the web browser and pull it up on the smartboard.
Okay. So how do you balance being a fair but effective teacher?
That is a very good question. Something I've been struggling with for a long time, ever since I started teaching, because I always feel that it's very easy to come across as an easy teacher. You don't want that, especially in a class like math for elementary school teachers, because you guys really need to be held, in my opinion, to a higher standard than other students, because you're not just learning the material, you're learning how to teach somebody else the material. I think that's a major problem in our education system today, is a lot of people go into the education major feeling it's an easy degree, anybody can do it, there's a guaranteed job out there when you graduate, and really all I got to do is pass the classes and I can become a babysitter and get paid for it. And that is why I think the United States is so far behind in the math skills of its students. So as far as balancing fair versus effective, you just got to be straightforward with the student. Tell them what you expect of them. Tell them it's not going to be easy, but they can do it, and be available to them anytime they need help. But don't pass them along just because you need to keep a certain pass rate up or something like that. If they're not going to be a good teacher, it's your responsibility, my responsibility, to not let you go forward. So I don't know if that answered your question or not, but I tried.
Yeah, I agree with that though, because I know some people who they're going into the elementary education because they think it's just an easy degree, and that they don't even want to be teachers. They just think they'll pass college because of it.
Exactly, and then it's kind of not a trickle down, but a trickle up effect, because if they don't get it in elementary school, they're going to be behind in middle school, they're going to be behind in high school, everybody can pass high school now, I'm sorry. And then they think they get to college, it's going to be the same thing, and then it's just they hit a brick wall because they know how much they don't know. So
Yeah.
it really does, it all builds on itself. So.
Well, do you think that group work helps students more than just handing the students a worksheet and having them do it on their own?
I would like to think so. Right now, our QEP at South Alabama is the team-based learning, so I kind of stole the idea from them, where students are supposed to work in groups, but I don't really make the students learn beforehand like team-based learning does. The idea of the group work, in my opinion, is I think students might learn more or better from other students. So hopefully by giving you harder problems but letting you work in groups, you're getting more of a deeper understanding of the math I'm trying to instill in you, as opposed to me just sitting up there on the smart board and lecturing and you guys, playing with your smartphones or whatever. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for being here with me today. I appreciate it.
No problem.